0 in total. Our Gwen Parks has a little more sideline on this great rivalry.
The IU-Purdue rivalry is historic here in Indiana. People from all over the state tune into whatever sport these two schools are playing. I asked senior forward from Indiana, Aleska Golbe, yesterday how meaningful this game was to her, and she told me that when she came to Indiana from Latvia, she didn't know what a state rivalry was or even why this Purdue game was so big. But head coach Terry Morin told her why it was so important by simply saying, "This is our state, not Purdue's." Back to you guys.
Thanks, Gwen.
Nicole, how does it feel to not only be Purdue once, but twice this season?
I mean, it feels great. Obviously, an in-state rival is something that, you love to get.
You put up 19 points today. How do you explain those numbers?
I get great passes from my teammates, and they give me.
And I don't know if you know this, but this is the 5th largest crowd ever for IU women's basketball in their history. What does it mean to have so many people back here since you haven't had fans at your last game?
No, like I said, the fans, it's incredible to have them and to be able to.
And I heard it's KB's birthday. How are you guys going to celebrate after this?
We're going to have fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much and congrats. Fans since January 13th, how does it feel to be back?
Yeah, it feels great to be back in Simon Scott Assembly Hall. We actually made a road trip to go up to Mackey to watch Scott Assembly Hall.
What is so special about Indiana-Purdue matchups for you?
It's the biggest rivalry in college basketball.
And I love your outfit. Is this your game day outfit always?
Yep. I actually just had it dry cleaned to make sure I had it ready for the game. But
thanks, guys. I had a chance to catch up with Aleska Golbe yesterday. The senior forward for Indiana celebrated her 22nd birthday yesterday. I asked her if she had any big plans. She said no, just lots of rest before today's big matchup. However, I did learn that she occasionally likes to bake. So she baked a cake, brought it to practice yesterday, and celebrated with her teammates. Back to you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Gwen. It was tiramisu, and I'm just a little disappointed we didn't get any. It sounded good.
The Indiana women's basketball team beat the Northwestern Wildcats tonight 69-58, marking the 100th win for head coach Terry Morin here in Assembly Hall. Aleska Golbe is a powerhouse for this Indiana team, having her 3rd double-double of the season, putting up 20 points and 10 rebounds tonight. Head coach Terry Morin says that they ask a lot of Golbe, but she is always ready for the challenge. Tonight, we also saw the return of junior forward Mackenzie Holmes back in the starting lineup. Head coach Terry Morin says that she has worked extremely hard in her rehab and definitely has the mindset to be back playing.
That impact Indiana's played in today's game.
That was the 3rd largest crowd IU women's basketball has ever seen in the program's history. And while sitting on the court, you could feel that energy. And afterwards, when we asked Grace Berger about it, she said that her and her teammates really can feel Hoosier Nation when they're there, and they had a big part to do with their win today.
In the later parts of March.
Grace Berger, she put up 15 points tonight. She really knows what she's doing on that court. Terry Morin told us today when she has that ball, they trust her. And I'm excited to see what she does in the game against UConn. Senior guard Rob Finney will not be in today's lineup due to a foot injury called plantar fasciitis. He got the injury last Thursday in the match against Penn State in the first half. Well, what Mike Woodson said on Saturday to media that his availability is going to be limited and they're going to be taking it day by day. However, we have Christian Lander stepping up, the sophomore guard, and he also has been suffering from a leg injury and his availability was uncertain up to today, but he is in the lineup and so we will be seeing minutes from him today for sure. Back to you guys. Well, thanks, Evan. Well, the last time that you saw the Hoosiers and the Stags meet up was back in 1984, that being 37 years ago. So these programs have completely changed since then. Recently, Indiana just lost to number 2 NC State. The IU women's basketball team beat the Minnesota Gophers tonight 80-70 in an intense up-and-down matchup. The Gophers fought all 40 minutes, but eventually in the last 3, the Hoosiers were on top. Alexa Golbe dominated on the court tonight, putting up a career high of 28 points alongside Grace Berger, who put up 19 points, 10 assists, and 8 rebounds. Also, we saw strides from Nicole Cardano-Hillary and, of course, Ali Patberg. Alexa Golbe told us today that going forward, her team just needs to find their rhythm. After losing to Michigan and not playing for 15 days due to having 3 matches postponed and not having junior forward Mackenzie Holmes due to an injury. The return of junior forward Mackenzie Holmes remains uncertain. She has not played since January 5th after sustaining a knee injury. IU released a statement on January 20th saying that she had gone through a successful procedure and will begin rehab immediately. The Indiana baseball team lost to the Northwestern Wildcats today, 6-13 in the third game of the three-game series. Northwestern came in strong with 4 runs in the second inning before the Hoosiers came in with single runs in the second, thanks to Josh Pine and Brock Tibbetts. In the third, with 2 outs, Matthew Ellis, Mr. Big Country, hits a solo home run, his 12th of the season, and now making him tied for the third most home runs in the NCAA. Later, the Hoosiers scored 1 in the 7th and 1 in the 9th. However, Northwestern stayed persistent, putting up 7 runs within the 4th and the 7th innings, plus at the top of the 9th, adding on 2 outs and a 2-run home run by Ethan O'Donnell, the Big Ten Player of the Week, and he is a powerhouse for the Wildcats. Next, the Hoosiers traveled to Evansville on Tuesday for a single game against the Purple Aces before heading back into Big Ten play this weekend against no other than state rivals Purdue for a 3-game series in West Lafayette. I'm here with Coach Mercer, and congratulations on the 2 wins today. What was working for your team today?
We pitched it tremendous today.
Tyler Dones is definitely a star player for your team. What does his performance say to you today?
Well, he's a veteran. He's been through the...
Thanks, guys. Well, as you said, yes, I'm with Grayson Ratcliffe's parents, Chad and Beth. How did it feel to go down on the field and watch her final senior recognition?
Oh, wow. It was an awesome moment. I wish we had...
When did you guys know she had a serious talent and passion for the sport?
I think Grayson just picked up the game when she was early, really.
Thanks, guys. It's Gwen Parks here with Tyra Perry, Illinois head coach. Congrats on the 2 wins. What do you attribute these 2 back-to-back wins to?
I just think our team is maturing.
Torrin McQueen only allowing 4 hits today. What is her mentality that keeps her going?
I think she just is hungry.
I'm here with Amira Ali for the first time after their big win tonight. What does this mean for you guys going forward?
It means
First time in your program's history. Yes. What does this mean going into tournament play for you guys?
it's a huge thing. We have a target on our back, so we know that we're going to have to play hard throughout everything. Take any team for...
During the second half. What was going through your head during that moment?
All right, Hoosier fans, last night wasn't a dream, so I had to suit up for today's episode of the Hoosier Report, brought to you by the Hoosier Network. I'm Gwen Parks, and I've got lots to catch you up on. Let's kick it. The Hoosiers are now 14-4 overall and 5-3 in the Big Ten, plus remain undefeated at home. The Hoosiers head back into Big Ten play this Sunday, hosting Michigan at 3:30. However, we aren't done yet. The IU women's basketball team also beat Purdue on Sunday, 73-68 in an intense overtime game. Despite having 2 of their top players out due to injury and health reasons, Mackenzie Holmes and Nicole Cardano-Hillary, the Hoosiers were still able to bring back the barn burner trophy to Bloomington. A cold, rainy, and upsetting night for Indiana fans on Saturday when Ohio State beat Indiana 54-7. Indiana now falls 2-5 on the season. The game started off strong when Indiana tied the Ohio State Buckeyes 7-7 in the first quarter. However, quarterback Jack Tuttle was injured on that play. He sat out the remainder of the game, leaving the Hoosiers looking a little panicked on that field. Hey Hoosier fans, happy Wednesday. Welcome back to another episode of the Hoosier Report, brought to you by the Hoosier Network. I'm Gwen Parks, and I have lots to catch you up on today. Let's get into it. Indiana baseball returned home for the first time this season to beat Miami of Ohio 15-2. Luke Hayden tossed 2 scoreless innings for his first career start, and Brock Tibbetts had 2 home runs, plus Matthew Ellis hit 1 long ball, making that his 3rd home run of the season, alongside Kip Forringer, who also had his first home run of the season yesterday. The Hoosiers next travel to Springfield, Missouri to take on Missouri State in a 3-game series starting this Friday at 4 p.m. The 2022 Big Ten Women's Basketball Tournament starts today, and the Hoosiers, who are number 5, will take on the winner of Penn State-Rutgers tomorrow at 2 p.m. in Indianapolis. The IU men's basketball team will take on Rutgers here in Assembly Hall tonight at 7 p.m. before traveling to West Lafayette on Saturday to take on state rivals Purdue. Guys, it is literally beautiful out in Bloomington right now, so I gotta go. But in the meantime, make sure you're continuing to stay up to date on all your IU athletics here at the Hoosier Network. You know the drill. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and yes, even Spotify. I'm Gwen Parks, and this has been the Hoosier Report.